morning. Hi. It's freaking cold. It's damn cold this morning. I'm sat here in my blanket, like, nope, till we warm up. This is the warm up. I'm staying here till we warm up. Whoa. We had snow last night. It is freezing in the UK. We have a northerly attack of weather. Yeah, I'm going with that. Northerly attack of weather. No! I want to suck it up. I'm freezing. Candyman! Can't say that anymore. There's a new Candyman movie coming out. I keep saying it. He's gonna turn up. I'll be like, damn! Good times, good times. Oh. So yeah, I'm just waiting till I warm up a little. I'm like fully clothed and I'm still cold. So, morning. Hi. Yeah, sorry, down the Twitter hole. And I meant it. Tompy, I meant it. Yeah. Well, hand on my heart, I meant it. We know this to be true about me. I do get lost in Twitter in the morning. It's like so much fun because all the Americans are up when I'm asleep, so I have to catch up. I was reading someone trying to get with a R6 player. It's like, okay, let it ride. Yeah. Oh yeah. Didn't want to miss the stream this time. Miss the stringy stream. Cool, no worries. Yeah, do what you gotta do, man. Drive safe. Always drive safe. Well, right, I'm just waiting to warm. I've been sat here for the last 10 minutes trying to warm up, reading Twitter and watching people thirst for esports players. Because I never do stuff like that. No, I'm totally against thirsting over hot people online. It's just so crass. Couldn't even say that with a straight face. Morning, OG. Yeah, so about your Kirk thing, the going on the tree. It's not gonna look that great. It's hard to transform Kirk into a thing. Are you still insistent on having a Kirk thing? I'll do it, but it's gonna be along the lines of this. This one. It's gonna be a Diddy one. Or do you want something else Star Trek-y? Before I commit to it. Don't say things like that in this chat. I'm easy. Oh, I have corrupted so many people. It's just not fair. Oh, I'll get there in a minute. It is freezing. It is cold in here. It is cold in here. So we had, like I said, we had snow last night. It's melted now because it's the UK and snow is always followed by rain. So we don't have, I don't have any pretty snow pictures for you, but it was cold enough to snow is the point that I'm making. So I'm bundled up until I warm up. Can surprise me. Another thing not to say. A pancake ninja? You was in your element yesterday then, weren't ya? Because it was pancake day, and I am the only person in the UK that didn't have pancakes because I think they're rank. British pancakes. Pancake mix. Ugh, no, a world of ugh. No. The last time I had pancakes was about 6-7 years ago, and they made me hurl. It was not good. Not good at all. I'm gonna have to try the American style pancakes, see if they're any better. I'll have to find a recipe and cook them and see. I've never had them. In my entire adult life, I've never ever had American style pancakes. We call them Scotch pancakes here. Never had them. I'm gonna have to sort that out. Sort it out. Oh, right. I'm just waiting until things melt, and then we'll get started. So today's class is going to continue on with the yoga dance fusion that we've been doing all week. So I'm getting back into my dancing. This is why we're focusing on mirroring the two together. I haven't danced in since I was in theatre school. Yes, I went to theatre school. I had dreams of being an actor, don't you know? I wanted to do Broadway. I did do Broadway briefly as a child, and then I grew up too quick and hit puberty, and they were like, you don't look like a child anymore, so you can't do that. I was like, oh, okay. But so yeah, I was a dancer when I was younger, so I'm getting back into dancing again, trying to bring fitness to music as a way of making money out of it as well, because, you know, I'm a hustler, baby. I like to turn my passions into money-making things so that I can do stuff I like for a living instead of, you know, just working for the man, as they say. Look at that, you have been found, Pancake Ninja. We have found you. You've only just got here and we found you. Fabulous. Fried Yorkshire puddings. I know this stuff. You take your clothes out. You take them out. Where do you take them? Dinner? A show? You meant take your clothes off. Only underwear and t-shirts. You can feel the floor temperature and get used to the ambience. Okay. Well, that's kind of, I want to say kinky. It's doing it in your undies. Kind of kinky. I've got full clothes on and I'm still cold. Still cold right now. And when I do get up to stuff, I'm gonna take that content over to my YouTube channel, which is stupid because I'm gonna be using copyright music, so I'm not gonna be able to monetize. But it's just somewhere to expose it more rather than doing it live on Twitch. But yeah, so I'll be bringing the dancing back into it, so that's gonna be fun. It's another form of fitness. I'm all about movement. I'm a movement-centered kind of person. I think people should spend more time not sitting on their jacksies and actually doing stuff that makes them feel good. And dance like no one's watching. That's always been my thing. Yeah, it doesn't matter. If it gives you passion, do it. We were having this conversation yesterday about what it takes to become master at something, and where it said, you know, it takes 10,000 hours to be considered an expert at something. It takes 20,000 hours for people to respect your art. And I was like, yeah. But doesn't mean you can't have fun on the journey, you know? So that's my girl. Ooh, you go, brub, 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 brub. So if it's fried Yorkshire, well, I love Yorkshire puddings, so that's fine. I just don't like the British pancakes here. They're just blah, they're just blah. Ugh, no. See that face? That's my pancake face when I think of eating pancakes. It's not good. Yeah, the journey is the way, and that's why I thought it'll be more beneficial to leave it on YouTube. Start making content for YouTube anyway. That was the plan for this year. And having it available for people to watch whenever they're available to watch it, rather than relying on people being available live. Thank you for the follow, Nama. Enjoy your stay. Okay, let's get ourselves started. We'll start off with a slow warm-up to begin with, just so I can warm up. That's what the warm-up's for. All right, so find yourself in an easy, comfortable seated position. And we'll start off with some neck stretches. Yeah, I'm still going to keep this around me until I warm up. Okay, so we'll start off by taking the right ear to the right shoulder. And again, when we're in these foundational seated poses, you want to make sure that the hips and the shoulders are stacked one over the other, that the spine has created length, and we're bringing the ear towards the shoulder as opposed to bringing the shoulder up to the ear. You're not Michael Jackson, we're not giving it any of this stuff, yeah? Groovy. Start to slow the breath down. Ooh, is that cold? My nose is running. Back up on your inhale, and then we'll take it over to the left. Back up to center. And take it back over to the right this time, and we're gonna grab a hold and apply some gentle pressure just to increase the stretch. Back up to center on your inhale, and then take it over to the left, and again, only if it feels good though. If it takes the stretch too deep, then lose the hand. So, back up to center. We'll do it one more time. We'll walk the fingertips away and bring the hand into it. Oh, no, that's the stuff. Back up to center, and then again. So the neck should be starting to feel nice and limber. Lost count, we'll do one more. Back up to center. I'm going to turn to look down at the right knee, and we're going to drop the chin down towards the chest, getting a nice stretch in the back left quadrant of your neck. Inhale. Back up to center, over to the left, and drop it back down again. Now we're working the right. Back up to center, over again, and bring the hand in this time. You start to feel it's tugging on the shoulder as well. Enter. And then over one more time. Back up to center, and now just drop the chin down towards the chest. Both hands on, and increase the angle millimeter by millimeter. back up, flutter your eyes open if you had them closed. And we'll do one more stretch for the throat, but we're gonna take it into the chest as well. So I'm gonna turn to the side. Bring your feet out into Tadasana. Sitting up like this. And then we're gonna take the fingertips back behind us. And we're gonna open out through the chest, and we're gonna drop the head back as well so we can open out in the throat and drop the shoulders down. Roll up on the fingertips, drop the chin to the chest, roll it over to the right. Make sure that's a smooth, wide motion, back to center, and then roll it over to the left and make sure it's a smooth, wide quarter circle. Cool. Okay. I have to get rid of the blanket now. I want to stay cuddled up in it, but... Okay, so we're gonna work on the shoulders while we're here. So you can stay sitting up on your heels like me, or you can stay sitting on your ass in cross-legged fashion if that works better for you. And we'll get working on some shoulder rolls. So we're gonna bring the shoulders up underneath the ears and shrug them back down. We'll do this 5 times. And then we'll bring some movement into it. So we'll take it back behind us, bring it in, take the shoulders back behind us. Reverse it. Oh, feeling good. Okay, bring the right arm out to the side, thumb pointing up towards the ceiling. Cross it over the body, and then grab a hold of the tricep, and you can hold onto it with your hand, or you can take it into the crook of the elbow, depending which is easier for you. And we're just going to allow this stretch to happen across the front of the body. And while you're here, if you want, you can make little circles, keeping your thumb up and warm the wrists up at the same time. Reverse it. From here, bend the right elbow, and you can bring the back of the palms to touch, or you can make the full bind, and then we're going to lift it up and take it up to shoulder height with the elbows kicked away from us. So if I turn to the side, on the elbows kicking away from us. I need to warm up today. I'm cold. It out to the side, float it back down again, and then we'll do the same on the left hand side. Bring the left arm up, cross it over the body, thumb pointing up. You can hold onto it here, and then make a little fist, and we can do little circles. Oh, my beret's still in shot. It's my little beret. And then reverse it the other way. Your eagle arms, and hold them up, fight gravity. Get back up, float it down to the side, and we're going to work on the triceps now. So I'm going to give you modifications if getting into the triceps is a little bit too intense for you. So the first thing that we're going to do is take the right arm out to the side, thumb pointing down. We're going to bring the back of the palm around to the hip, and then we're going to bring the left arm up and around, grab a hold of the elbow, grab a hold of this elbow, and you can start to work opening out through the collarbones right here. I show you this as the first modification because when we come into the tricep stretch that might be a bit too intense for you, so maybe you want to come back to this one. And I'll swivel back round again. Release. We're going to bring the right arm up overhead, and we're going to have the fingertips pointing down between the shoulder blades, like so. Elbow up by the ear, and you can stay here, or you can grab a hold of the elbow and reach the fingertips down the back. If we're coming into full eagle arms behind us, we will have the thumb pointing downwards as we bring it up here, and we make the bind up behind us. So again, play around, see how open your shoulders are today. The point of this is to warm the shoulders up, but sometimes first thing in the morning or whatever time of day it is for you, you're a little bit stiff. So move mindfully, move with caution. See what the body wants from you today, and then give it to it. Release, let them back down again, and then we'll start off with the left arm, bring it around, bring the right arm around, grab a hold of the elbow, and stay here, opening out through the collarbones. I just realized I'm not sat properly on my heels. The things that I tell you guys off for, I'm guilty of doing myself. Such a bad instructor. Okay, release. Left arm up overhead. Thumb pointing downwards. Make the bind up there. Ooh. How did my snaz thing just flash off there then? How bizarre is that? My clock just flashed off the screen. It was weird. Ooh, nice crack of the shoulder. And we can flip them back down again. So we're starting to just get those shoulders open and warmed up. We'll come into a couple of side bend stretches and then we'll get started on today's class. I just needed to take the time to not be cold. Hey, it was the clock. The clock flashed. It wasn't me. The clock in the corner went. That was weird. It was weird. It's only because I looked up. I was like, hmm. So taking it into the side bend stretches, I like these ones. So again, you can sit up on your heels or you can come down onto your backside. We're going to bring the right arm out to the side. So take it up, reach away, bring the left arm up overhead, and then start to come down onto the forearm. Tell your friends. Guess who's back? 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 I do that all day long. Bring it up, And we'll do a smooth, fluid motion to take it over to the other side. You missed the flashing, Tumpy. We flashed. Well, the clock flashed. But there was flashing on Twitch. It disappeared and flashed back on. Oh, fabulous. Back up. We'll do one more shoulder opener because we can. Bringing it into your tabletop. We're going to thread the needle. Bring the right arm up overhead. Thread it through the gap. Come to rest on your right temple. And then again, to increase this, bring the arm up. Go for the reach around. Grab a hold of the inner thigh. And then you can spin the left shoulder up towards the ceiling. So you can take it from the shoulder, just working the right shoulder, to working the left shoulder as well. I'm owning the reach around now. That's it. That's part of my yoga practice. Press in, float it back up, back to your neutral spine, and then on the left hand side. Thread it through the gap. And then go for the reach around. So you're trying to grab a hold of the inner thigh here, just draping the fingers across it, and then spinning the right shoulder up towards the ceiling, so you can take the stretch into the upper back, as well as just working the shoulder that's on the floor. You can. You'll miss it. Unless you know what you're looking for, you'd miss the flashing. That's fucked up. It was like, bye! Press it in, float it up, and bring it back down again. Oh, I still got an itchy nose this morning. Okay, so I'm starting to feel pretty okay now. I feel like I can, do the class without freezing my little lads off. Well, that is true. That is true. It wasn't me for once. For once, I was fully, closed. Everything stayed where it was. So it was just the clock. It's the clock, damn it. Getting me into trouble with clocks. I'm gonna sort that brightness out just before we start again. So I'm sick of fighting the light. I am sick to death of fighting the light in here. Let me pants up while we're stood up. Just to be good. That down oh so slightly, just so I'm not so shiny. Shiny. Oh, I didn't put the lights on. There we go. The sub-tree wasn't lit. You can't go through life with an unlit sub-tree. It's just the saddest thing I've ever seen. Yeah. I had to delete a couple of clips from that VOD where I flashed a few times. When this read up and I was like, ooh, hello. I was showing hip. We're gonna lower ourselves down, recline, lower, and we're gonna open our feet out into a nice little X shape. And I'm gonna have to shimmy down. Oh my days, I nearly smacked the studio light into me there then. So we're gonna do a little bit of foot movement here. So we're actually just gonna do little rocks here of the heels. So we're gonna do a little flexion. So it feels weird, but roll with it. And then come into stillness. So feel the connection that you have to the earth. Feel the shoulders. I now have zero part of my middle back in contact with the ground right now because I've got my arms up overhead and it increases the stretch in my lower back. I'm going to actively try and press that down so I can have the middle back in contact with the earth at least. Back of the head sinking down into the earth. And I always tell my class to imagine that scene from Get Out when she hypnotizes him and she goes sink. That's what I want you to do into the earth. I want you to sink everything down. I want you to feel like you've been pushed through the ground. You've met the resistance and feel yourself just being cradled where it is. So we've got the heels in contact, we've got the calf muscles in contact, we've got the femur, back of the thigh, sorry. Everything just feels really supported and soft. So I don't want any tension in the body right now. I want you to be completely relaxed on the ground. And then bring that movement back in and see that difference, that small little difference. You should still feel soft and pliable. We're just doing this slight little wiggle of the toes, waking the ankles up. Small movements, little bounces. You can do left and right if you want to feel it shift from side to side. You don't want a whole body connection. Nice! This little stretch for the soles of the feet, and without having to apply any of your body weight to it. It's just on the floor. We'll come back to stillness. And we'll do a couple of stretches for the side body this time. So we're going to bring the knee up towards us on the right hand side. We're going to lift up here. And we're going to bring the elbow down towards it as well. Okay? So we're keeping the head on the ground and we're just bringing this little stretch in here. And then we'll bring it back to center and we'll go over to the other side. So the femur is hanging in space and we're just sliding this along the floor, creating a little bit of flexion on either side and a stretch on the other side. So we'll do 3. So we should just be sliding the limbs across the floor for this. I'm going to bring the right up. And then we're going to bring it over to the left one more time. Sliding the knee and the elbow into the center line. And then back into here. And we're going to roll over onto the right hand side. And we're going to go fetal. Stretch yourself back out. And then come over onto the left hand side and go fetal. So we're creating flexion in the spine right now. Ooh, gotta be careful that light. We'll do one more on each side. And then we're gonna bring the arms up overhead, step the feet out, stretch the toes away from us. Activate through the fingertips. Peel out through that navel. It's a lovely little stretch. Especially after curling up into a nice little ball on each side. Step the feet in. Bring the knees into the chest. Grab a hold of your shins. And then we're going to bring the nose up between the knees as well this time. And we want tension when we do this, and we want to activate all of the muscle groups. And we're like, damn. Pull that navel in and down towards the floor, and then stretch it back out again. And come back into the stretch. So we'll do 3 of these in the center. Hello, little birdie. Did the mic pick that up there then? And one more. We're gonna bring the arms out to a T this time, and we're gonna try and pull ourselves up using the abdominals, bringing ourselves up through the chest. So we're gonna be sliding the hands back up towards us, and then lowering everything back down again. Getting into the abdominals. I know you're gonna hate me, deal with it. Roll everything up. Bringing the hands into the center. A and Z. I don't know what happened there, but someone got themselves banned. And the last one. Woo. You can tell I've not looked at chat for ages, the phone went off. I know, hip, how scandalous. It is nothing but emotes. Hey, how you doing? Sorry, I was just catching up. Pull the pants back up, I felt them go. Alright, bring the knees into the chest. We're gonna rock and roll it up. Ooh, I'll get there in a minute. I've arrived. Hello. Bringing the feet out in front of you. Bringing the hands back behind you, fingertips facing away. And then we're gonna bring that right knee in. Kick it out. Bring it in. Take it down. Bring it up. Kick it out. In and down. So we're just going to be opening out into the hips right now. And we can try and make this as smooth and wide as we can. Out to the side. Bring it in. One more. Step the feet in. Grab a hold of the back of the thighs, and we're going to do some seated cat-cow. So from here, we're going to lift up, we're going to open out through the chest, and then we're going to round out and we're going to take it into a full flexion of the spine. Bring it up and forward, extend, and then flex it away. So by grabbing hold of the thighs, we're exaggerating the cat-cow. Normally we hold onto the shins. Bringing it up over here. And you can bring the hands back to the side, and we're going to spin into the windshield wiper ones. And then on this side, you can use your hand to try and bring yourself up and open out through the hips. Take it over to the other side, bring yourself up. Up. So feel free to use the hand as an extra support if you need to. Last one on each side. Take the feet out. I'm going to turn this way for you. Out into a nice inversion split, and then we're just going to wiggle the heels from side to side just to open out through the ankles. And we're going to roll over onto the right hip and the left hip. So we can take this into a nice big full motion, but to start off with, going to come up and we're going to roll over onto the hip, back to the center, and then over to the other side, rolling onto the hip and back to the center. So we can take this into a nice big wide motion. So you can bring the arms up and around and over, up and around and over. And if you want, you can bring yourself down And bringing it over. And then we can take it up into the wild thing. So coming up to here. And back down. Over to the other side. Back down. One more on each side. So we're working the hips here. Back down to the center. Take the legs as wide as you can, and we're gonna spin it around. Come down to the right foot. Slide the fingertips back towards you. Bring it over to the left. Head down towards the feet. Slide it back up towards you. And then coming forward with the chest as a final stretch. Walk the fingertips down. And bringing it into as deep of a pose as you can. It's very early in the class, so you might not be very warmed up yet. But we're working on releasing the inner thighs right now. If it's too intense for you, bend at the knees, and you can feel free to bend and bring the feet flat to the floor if you'd want and have a nice deep bend in the knees. As we start to warm up, you can start to walk the fingertips further away. And remember, it's chest being melted down to the floor. It's nothing to do with your head. Keep your neck neutral. Slide the hands back towards you. Bringing the head up last. Grab a hold of the back of the thighs. And we're going to cross over, coming down onto our bellies. Yeah. Oh, made it home. Thanks for helping. Awesome. Blaskin Bulldog, good night. And well, there you go. I imagine that's a pool noodle you're talking about, but thank you for saying it's relaxing. Okay, so coming down here, we're going to be working on taking our arms into crocodile, so crossing the forearms, bringing the head to rest on it, and we're going to work on lifting and creating power through the hip. So we're going to be resting on the tops of our feet. Normally in this position we lift the kneecaps up so that we're pressing the pelvis down. Instead of that this time, I want you to still actively press the pelvis down into the mat. And if you've got bony little hips like me, you might want to get a blanket and place it underneath your hips right now. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Sorry, Albert. Because we're going to do some leg raises. There we go. So, pointing the toes away from you, we're going to start on the right hand side. We're going to lift and we're going to be pressing down the hip bone, everything else away from us, and lower. Take it to the left hand side, lift. So we're creating length now, we're stretching out that front left hip flexor. And lower. Lift this time. And try and make little circles with your toes. Lower. Lift on the left hand side and remember which way you started. So I've gone outwards first on each side. Lower. And then when we lift the last time, go in the opposite direction. Lower. And lower. We'll take a little mini back bend while we're here, because why not? Bring the hands down to the side, and you can have the palms facing in towards your thighs, or you can have them facing up towards the ceiling. And we're going to lift the chest, still pressing the pelvis down. We're going to lift up the kneecaps, the feet, the shoulders, up to the breastbone if it's possible for you. So lift everything. reaching all the way to the back of the wall. Don't hold your breath, keep the breath going. And lower. Hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, press into the knees. You can take it down into a very small child's pose for just a second. Move that out the way. And come up onto your toes. And we'll work into getting into some arm stretches and balances. So to begin with, while we're here, we're going to have the heels dropping down towards the floor. We're going to be dropping the head down between our knees. Feet are together, so I've got the toes together. If you want to have it a little bit wider for hip distance, that's cool. Hands resting down on the mat. From here, we're going to come up onto the tippy toes and then lower the heels back down again. So the hands are there to just help stabilize you. This is working the ankle. Heel lifts. Down. One more. And back down again. Gonna roll the heels down to the floor as we come up into a forward fold. And I want you to keep a bend in the knees. It doesn't matter how much length you can create in your hamstrings today. Keep the knees bent, head reaching down towards the floor, lifting the hips as skyward as you can. The belly can start to rest on the thighs, but we're still lifting up through the hips and softening the upper body down towards the floor. And the reason we want the heels pressing down is the mat is so that we can start to lengthen the Achilles, stretch out in the calf muscles. Come in here, and then releasing. Slide the fingertips back towards you as we roll ourselves up one vertebrae at a time. And we're standing tall. I had to keep pulling my pants up. So we're gonna interlace the fingertips, bringing it back behind our head. We're gonna bring the elbows close together and we're gonna drop the head back behind us. So we're using the hands as a catcher's mitt right now. And we're taking a compression into the middle back. We're going to use our elbows to pull ourselves back up. Bring the arms out to the side. Drop the chin down towards the chest. And we're going to allow the arms to dangle, roll forward in the shoulders. And we're going to make this a really slow peel all the way down. Like a piece of tape that's slowly peeling off the wall. Bring the hands to the floor. Walk the hands forward. Step back into your downward facing dog. And this is a first down dog of the day, so you may be really tight in the hamstrings. You might want to pedal out, take your dog for a walk. And in this, we're making sure that the thighs are pointing forward. So we've internally rotated so that the thighs are pointing in the same direction as the arms. You can bring yourself into your high plank, onto your tippy toes. And then you can lower knees, chin and chest. Snake the hips back down to follow. And then roll yourself up into your little baby cobra. Take the arms off of the mat. Use your back muscles to maintain it. Keep it straight. Press yourself back up into your tabletop. So in coming into your tabletop, swivel that around again. Coming to your tabletop, we're going to do some cat-cow. We want to ensure that the hips are over the knees and that the shoulders are over the wrists. We're going to drop that belly down towards the earth, a bend in the elbows, really overextend this. Press the ground away, lock out at the elbows, draw the navel into the spine, the chin towards the chest. Again, super overextend for this one. And press the ground away. Lower it down again. And then press it away. Walk the fingertips further forward, take it nice and wide. We're going to come down into our puppy pose. So puppy pose, we're going to melt the chest down towards the mat. We're going to make sure that the hips stay stacked over the knees. And maybe you can come down onto your chin. Maybe you're stuck up here and you're like, yeah, that's enough. Wherever you are, enjoy it, hang out. Shift it forward and then slide yourself back down again. Bring the forearms out in front of you. Slide the hands back towards you so that the elbows are underneath the shoulders. You can grab a hold of the triceps to make sure that you have the distance correct. And we'll take it into Sphinx pose, which is a passive back bend. So again, in this, making sure that you're pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, you are lifting up the kneecaps, and you are melting the belly down into the mat. From here, we're going to do a little bit of a strange stretch for the quads. So we're going to be taking the left hand over to where the right hand is, picking up the right toes, bringing it in towards us, reach around, grab a hold of the top of the foot, and then try and lift the kneecap off of the mat. Coming into this stretch here. Lower that back down, and we lower, we don't slingshot. Take it back into your Sphinx pose. And then take the right hand over to where the left hand is. Load it up. Reach around behind you and lift the kneecap up off of the mat. Kick the heel away from you. And lower that back down again. So we're going to increase this stretch now coming into the quad. And this is going to be either awesome or you're going to be like, I hate you, why did you make me do this? Whatever. So staying here in the Sphinx pose, we're going to be bringing the right foot up towards the glutes. Taking the hands back to the same position, left hand over here. Reach up and around, but instead of kicking it away from us, we're going to pull it in and we're going to take the fingertips into the top, pointing in towards us, top of the toes, and pull that heel down towards the glute without rolling up off of the hip too much to do so. Okay. Release. Slingshot it. Lower the foot down. Take it back to center. Again, pressing the pelvis down into the mat, lifting up everything in the chest and then melting down. Taking the right hand over to the left, bring it in, reach up and around, and spin it so that the fingertips are facing in towards you, which I can't do on this side. There we go. And then bringing that heel in towards the glute. This is working the shoulder and the quad right now. lower it back down. Come back through your Sphinx pose once more. Spin the elbows out to the side. Lower yourself down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes as we're going to bring ourselves up into a tabletop. Step the knees in slightly and together, and then taking it down into a closed-kneed child's pose. Pressures of a pebble. Resting on the forehead. And we're just going to allow the lower back to stretch, drape itself back over the hips, and take out any tension we may have cultivated in that little back bend series. Hands underneath the shoulders, press yourself up, tuck the toes, roll over onto the heels, and then we're gonna press the heels down as we roll everything up. Bringing the head up last. Whew. Maybe a little bit of pedaling out, just to sort ourselves out. I'll take a quick drink and then we'll carry on. Cool. Standing here, facing forward, making sure your feet are hip distance apart. And we're gonna have the hands down at the side. We're gonna lift the heel up slowly up onto the ball mound of the foot. And then we're gonna lower that all the way back down, pressing down into the heel. We'll pick up the right heel, up onto the ball mound, and then lower everything back down. So slowly and with control. And lower it back down. So we'll do it on the left hand side this time. Bringing it up here, and then we're gonna kick it away. Oh, look at you coming in there. Running at him. Come to the right and kick it away, and then lowering it back down again. And lower it down. I'll do that in a minute. I'm just not here right now. Okay, so we're gonna roll up both onto both toe mounds, staying up here on the tippy toes, working the calf muscles, and then we're gonna lower that back down slowly and with control. We'll do this 3 times. They're just calf raises. Ooh. My ankle wants to roll out on one side. That's not good. And lower down. One more. And then lower. Step up to the front of the mat. Woo! What the hell? Oh my god, we've been raided. We've been raided, people. Defend the honor of the chat. Okay, where's the raid gone? Oh. We've been raided! Defend us because we've been raided here. Hey, it doesn't matter the size of the raid. The fact that someone has come along and entrusted their community with me is just amazing. So thank you so much. Welcome raiders, welcome to the stream. My name is Dharma Style. I am a gamer and a yogi here on Twitch. You caught me on my last day of yoga for this week, so come on in and sort yourselves out. That's what it's there for. We've been raided, you have to be aware. And Adam, thank you so much for the breeze from before. Community, it's a community. You have community. People who take time out of their day to watch you, that's the community, you're building it. Thank you, Blue Hedgehog. You're amazing. Hedgehogs incoming. Yes, bring them, bring them. We like hedgehogs in here. Cute, spiky little people. Hi. Thank you for the raid. Was you stuck in an ad? It sucks that, doesn't it? What I do when I raid someone now is I bring their channel up first so I can sit through the ads so that when the raid happens, I'm there. Otherwise, it doesn't work. But it's a push the love over to someone on the What Gaming community. My God, somebody was actually streaming it this time. It's usually just me. When I finish, I'm like, where are the people? Where are the people? But thank you so much. People invest their time to watch Twitch. Well, there's millions of, there's 3 million accounts on Twitch right now. About 800,000, about 800,000 of those are actual streamers. So you had 800,000 other places you could have been, and you stayed to watch that streamer, and then you came in with the raid. Man, that's special. That is special. Have a good one, and it was truly educational. Awesome! Thank you so much, Burflex. Burflux, not flex. Because I'm in a flex mode. I'm in a flex mode. Thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, awesome. Hey, mod me up. And Jelly. Yeah, Flux is flexing, mate. You are flexing. I'm in the zone. I'm in the flex. I'm in the fitness zone. So I'm all about the flex. But yeah, thank you. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you soon on one of your things. Okay, I'm not gonna, thanks, I appreciate it. Thank you for the raid. Welcome to your viewers. I say I am the avid Yogini here on Twitch. I play games on the weekends. This is the Dharma aspect of my personality, where we are peace, love, and light, and calmness. And Karma is the girl who comes out to play on the weekends, who wants everyone to choke on a satchel of Richards. So it's like 2 different people. It's fabulous. Yeah, you get 2 streamers for the price of 1. And not forgetting, because we have new people here, the stream, well, the star of the stream really, it's really Albert's channel. I just do the talking because he has no vocal cords. So this is Albert. He's here with his little hashtag waiting on partner. We're still on the grind. We'll get there one day. So say hello to the people. Wave to the people. Like the queen that you are. Very regal. It's the very smallest of wrist rotations, because you know what? I learned from the best, and that's how the queen does it. That's how I do it. We go. Like that. It's just so we don't hurt ourselves. Anyway. Coming down onto your bellies again, because we were mid-flow there, and we got distracted by the raiders. Well, I was on a hunger strike until I hit partner, and they denied my first application. So Twitch obviously are complicit in Albert being hungry. They just don't care. So we're going to bring it up into those 3 little lifts that we did from before. So bringing the hands down to the side of you. We're going to reach everything up. And then we're going to lower. We're going to lift up again. Reaching the fingertips down towards the feet. And then bring the arms up to the side, taking it into a little T. And lower everything back down again. And then we're going to add on this time, we're going to bring the hands forward as well. So we'll start here, we'll lift. We'll bring the arms up to the side. Ooh, and then we'll bring them up overhead, knocking the television off the screen at the same time. You just got home from work, Jelly. And lower ourselves back down again. Get a breath for a moment, and then we're going to bring the arms forward, coming into our Superman. So we're going to do that same lift. So we're going to lift, coming into Superman. We're going to roll over onto one side, taking the flexion over, back to center, lift, and then roll over to the other side, working on the flexion. And then back to center, and lift. Lower, hands underneath the shoulders, and taking it back into the closed knee child's pose. You were. You did say you busted your wrist up. I'm glad you're back. We missed you, Buttercup. We missed you. Bringing the toes tucking underneath, lifting up into your downward facing dog. So we're going to pedal out here. And we're going to lift the hips skyward, and we're going to transition between here and a dolphin pose. Now this is a pretty big shoulder extension here. You're going to need to engage your abs to do this. So take the feet out slightly wider than hip distance. We're going to melt the forearms down onto the mat. We're going to lift up, and we're going to bend the knees. We're going to do this little motion here. Up, bend at the knees. Come down this time, we're going to stay, and we're going to walk those feet in towards us as close as you can, opening out in the shoulders. Down onto the knees. Walk the fingertips forward and take it into child's pose. Slide the hands back towards you. And maybe do a couple of shoulder rolls just because you got stuck in there. Because dolphin pose is pretty intense. Take it the other way. Awesome. Right, I'm going to stand up in just a second. I'm just going to get a drink. Thirsty today. Just glad you stayed up this time so you can finally sit through a class. Cool. Oh, thank you, Blue Hedgehog. I appreciate you. It was great. Thank you for, have a great day and a great yoga session. Thank you. Beauty in Black. Awesome. Amazing. But yeah, I appreciate it. Like I say, you can take your community anywhere and you chose to bring them here with me. I will look after them as if they are my own children. I don't have any children. I will look after them as if they are my own set of Alberts. Well, that's not going to work because they won't get fed then. Damn it. Why am I no good at sorting stuff out? I don't know. I'll look after them as if they were members of the peen tree. There we go. Haha, I found something that works. So yeah, we're gonna be, we're working on yoga dance fusions at the moment because, as I said before, I've just gotten back into dancing again. Having lots of fun with it because, you know, you gotta do stuff that entertains you as an adult. And I enjoyed dancing when I was younger, so I thought I'd give it a whirl again. It's been a slow process so far, because my body doesn't move the way it used to. I'm gonna have to retrain the muscles to behave themselves and listen to my will. But we'll get there. And like I said, in case you weren't here for the start of the class, I'll be uploading the content that I produce for that will be going on YouTube as opposed to Twitch, because I don't want to do it live. There's gonna be a few edits to make it look amazing, even though halfway through I'll be like but you won't see that. You won't see that bit. It'll be fine. Cool. Don't worry about it. Okie dokie. Oh, damn it. Just about to stand up and then realised I hadn't switched my thing off of the raid screen. So we're going to be working on coming into some standing balance poses. Why are my yoga pants rapidly working their way up my calf muscles? Weird, man. Weird. So, coming forward, feet hip distance apart. We're going to work on doing some shoulder, and we're going to get into like this full 80s variation of it. So we're going to be making really big circles here. Bringing the scapula back behind us, bringing it up, and back behind us, and up, and then back behind us. Take it to the other side. So we want to be pressing the feet firmly down into the mat so that we can keep everything working together. We'll bring 2 of them together. And then back. And then from here, we're going to bring the right arm up forward. We're going to reach, take it back, and lower it back down. So if I turn to the side, we're overextending this. So we're bringing it up, we're reaching, rounding out through the back, bringing it back, and floating it back down. And we'll do the same on the other side. That looks weird, but we're just making sure that we have enough space. And down. And turn to this side again. We're going to do the same with the side. We're going to bring it up here. We're going to extend and lower it back down. Lift it up, extend, and then lower it back down. Lift, extend, and then lower it back down. Take it to the left. And down. One more. And back down again. So we're going to do it out this side this time, bringing it up and over, and then back down, bringing it out, over, and back down. We'll just do 2 on each side. Bring the right arm up, cross it across the body here, and really peel out through the rib cage to do so, keeping the hips level where they are. Bring it up, over, down, and around, and then bringing the left arm up and over, again peeling out through the rib cage. So we're working on the fascia at the moment, the connective tissues. Morning. Bringing it up, out, and over, and down. Gonna step forward, and we're gonna take it down into downward facing dog. So I'm gonna keep it on this camera angle. You'll see why in a minute. So step it back into your downward facing dog. Okay? So here, we're gonna float that right leg up to the sky. We're gonna bend at the knee, and we're gonna bring that knee back behind us, keeping the upper body completely straight, completely facing forward. Step it back down. Bring the left leg up, bend at the knee, stack the hips one over the other. And then step it back down. Lift it up again, and then we're going to make little circles with the ankle. Reverse. Step it back down. Lift the left leg up and make your little circles. And then stepping it back down. So we're going to do a little bit of movement here now, working the front hip flexor. So normally when we come into these little sets, it's an abdominal pose. It's an abdominal workout. I want you to try and keep it isolated in the legs. So float that right leg up. Step it back down. Put that left leg up. And step it back down. And down. One more. Down onto the knees, open out, and take it back into your child's pose. Give your shoulders a bit of a break, because that was pretty intense. The minute you start taking it into three-legged dog, you're like, damn, that don't work my shoulders. That's okay. You can bring the hands back towards you, step the knees together, and then interlace the hands behind your back. Like so. Lifting up and out, lifting the bind, and then if you want, bring it back down again. Bringing the arms up overhead. Lift yourself up and bring it back down again. So we're just opening out again in the shoulders. Try not to transfer tension from one part of the body to the other. You don't want to trade off. You don't want to start working, you know, the hips, and as a result, you've taken all of that ness into the shoulders. Are you complaining because you want to join in and it's 3 AM for you and you can't? Don't worry, the VOD's available. You can watch it later at a more reasonable time. But for us, we're in the UK, so it's 9:20, which is what it says up there. So I do mine first thing in the morning. Okie dokie. So, gonna step it forward on the right leg this time. Making sure the knees stay stacked over the ankle. We're taking it into a high lunge. So we're picking that knee up. We'll wiggle the toes back as far as we can go. Staying here. Hands down at either side. And then press up off of the mat. Taking it into your high lunge. Staying here. And we're going to do a little bit of strength building right now. So bringing the hands, you can interlace them on the thighs if you want, but when we drop the back knee, you may find that you want to fall over. So it'll be easier if you bring the arms up overhead. We're going to hover that knee off of the mat and then rock back into the toes. Bend. Rocking back onto the toes. And then here, straighten that front leg, bring the hands down, sink back on the heel, spin it so it's a 45-degree angle, and we're coming into a really, really deep pyramid pose. Bending in those back toes, you're going to hop up slightly so that you can decrease. You switch that back over, decrease it, and then we're going to pick the toes up, coming into standing, what would be a standing split. Bend at the knee, bring the knee to touch the calf muscle, and then lift and lengthen. Bend at the knee, lift and lengthen. Bend at the knee, lift and lengthen, walk the fingertips out a little bit deeper and take it into your standing split. Bringing that knee back down behind us so that we can take it into, as we sit down, our Gokumasana or cow-faced legs. So variation, if you're brand new to joining in today's class, you can keep the right foot glued down onto the mat, staying here, working on releasing out through the outside of the hips, or bringing that bottom knee into the center, wiggling the top knee on top of it, making sure that the feet are flexed down in the center, stacking everything together. There is a lot of sunlight this morning, and we're coming into opening out here through the hips. You can bring yourself down and just increase the stretch. It's a nice little stretch here. happy sitting here. We won't stay here for too long, just enough to get the hips a little bit woken up. Why have I got loads of broken glass on the floor here? Someone broke a glass in here yesterday. There is broken glass everywhere. Let's put that up there just so I don't tread on it. Okay, undo, rock back, do showgirl legs, and then coming back into your tabletop, stepping forward on the left leg, making sure the knee is stacked over the ankle. Take it up into your high lunge. So when you're coming up into your high lunge, you need to make sure that you're squeezing everything together on that center line, like you're riding a tiny invisible horse. Squeeze everything together as you bring yourself up. Bringing the arms up overhead, sinking back down in that heel, and then we're gonna go over the knee and straighten. Straighten, or as close to straighten as you can. Hands down to the side, spin the toes so it's a 45-degree angle, straighten that front leg, and coming on. Are you done? Are you finished for the day, Mustang? 83. I am 83 years old. There you go. Okay, bending at that knee, step it in slightly, and then coming into your one-legged balance. Bend, bring the knee to touch the calf muscle, lift and lengthen. Down here. Last one. I'm gonna have to step back slightly, I'm gonna headbutt the television. Walk the fingertips forward and take it into your standing split. I've completely disappeared off the mat there then. I was trying to figure out where I'd gone. Standing split. Or as close to it as you can. Bring it in. As we did on the other side. Sit it down. And whistle. Thank you. And coming into this. So coming into the little bind that we always do. Gukhamasana, cow face legs. Making sure that both hips are glued down onto the mat. Knees are stacked one over the other. If you have a gap here, feel free to pad it. Put a cushion or a blanket between the knees just to help support it. What's up with Albert today? But he's like, ah. It's like someone's powered him down. Maybe he's hungry. I don't know. You hungry, bro? You need some food? Bringing it forward. Stand back, Sherlock. We got this one. Hey, look. It could be a glass. It could be that a window's gone through. You don't know. You don't live in my house. All I'm saying is, I don't remember breaking a glass yesterday myself, so why is it broken? Let's roll everything back up. Oh, undo the little showgirl legs. And we're going to just working towards a little bit of our splits training, because we've not done it for a bit. I'm going to do the lazy version because I can't be asked to get the strap back out. So, lowering ourselves down onto the back. And again, if you've got lower back issues, you might want to keep the non-supporting leg bent. So we're going to start on the right leg. So we're going to bring the knee into the chest,
slightly outside of the rib cage, bringing the knee down towards the shoulder. So if you want, you can keep that leg up. If you'd like to start taking it into the front hip flexor on the left, straighten the leg and flex the toes back towards you. And you can work both sides at the same time. It's just easier. Straighten the heel up towards the ceiling as you straighten the leg, interlace behind the thigh, and then pull that thigh in towards you. So this is the variation if you don't have a strap, if you still want to get working into that. And if you can reach higher up and bring that leg in towards you. So, see what's comfortable for you. Just starting to warm up the hamstring. Bend the knee, cross it over the body, straighten the leg when you get there, and then you can hold onto, oh, sorry Albert, the thigh as you pull that in towards you. So we have variations to still come into these stretches without having to utilize a ton of equipment. Bend at the knee as you bring it back over to the other side. And you can open out here in the hip because we're trying to get the hip. So you can keep the knee bent if you'd like, or you can start to straighten it. Again, holding onto the back of the thigh and pulling that leg in towards you. But whatever works. Into the knee again, and step it back down. And we'll take it over to the other side. Knee in, interlace on the thigh, on the shin. Taking the knee outside of the rib cage. And again, pressing the back of the knee down so you can start to work that front hip flexor. Yoga is about working smarter, not harder. So you can double up the benefits in one move. Why wouldn't you? Okie dokie. Flex the foot as you kick it up towards the ceiling, and this is where you realize that the two sides of your body are like two separate entities. So what you can do on one side does not translate on the other side, as you're about to see. Yeah, that's super tight hamstring on that side. Into the knee, cross it over, and then you can start to straighten that if you can. Pulling the thigh in towards you. You can bring the left arm out to help stabilize you if you'd like. I've dropped the foot to the floor because trying to support it in midair is just impossible for me. I can work on the hamstring, I can work on the strength, I can't do both at the same time. What's clanging about out there today? Bring it back in, open it out to the side, and like I say, you're welcome to just stay here. You don't have to straighten the leg if you don't want to. But keep the hip glued down if you are doing it, and then bringing that leg up towards you. Flexing the toes. You want to keep the stretch in the hamstring, so the toes need to be flexed. Bringing it back in and step it back down. Ooh. Bring the knees into the chest for just a moment. You should be feeling super activated now in the front of the hips. We'll rock and roll ourselves up. Oh, okay, we're not going to rock and roll up. I did it on the first try. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Bringing it forward. Again, stepping through like we were getting ready to do a low lunge. Couldn't think of the term. Step the heel forward, flex the toes, and take it into your half split. Did who shrink? What, Albert? No. Nice little half split stretch, keeping the lower back flat, because we like to do this. And then bringing it forward, hinging down into the very, very, very low lunge. But we want to be making this in the hip flexors, so we want to be pressing the hips down towards the floor as close as you can. If you've got to bring your fingertips down to increase it, do it. Support yourself wherever you need to be, but press those hips down into the mat. We want to be getting as much heat built in the two hip joints so that we can practice coming into the splits. Bringing it up here, back into the half split again. Oh God. Well, the fact that the floor isn't wet, I'm gonna say it was empty. Over again, sinking it back down. Because it feels like a nice little stretch right now. And then hinging all the way backwards, taking it into the quad stretch on this side. So we've sunk ourselves down. We're not sat on the heel is slightly outside of the hips. And this is just a bit of a quad stretch. We're going to bring it forward into a nice forward fold for just a second. The fuck's emailing me now? Okay. No one, it's spam. And bringing ourselves down. Again, working the hamstring on the right hand side. I need to get my props because I don't have any and I cannot do the splits without props. Okay. Don't get up like that. That was very bad form. Very bad form indeed. I need one for underneath my ass as well. Both the email kind and the tinned meat. I hate both. Alright, so, excusez-moi. We're going to work on stretching out towards coming into the splits. And I'm going to have to take off the sock on the front foot. So let's keep the weird foot people's comments, you know, shh. Yeah, cool. Groovy. Height, Albert, he is 3 foot. I know, because I bought him off Amazon. I was going to get a life-size one to illustrate stuff with. I thought that'd be cool, but then I thought, where would I store him? So I decided not to. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so, splits. There's no elegant way of getting in and out of them. I can do the one on the back toes is fine, it's just the front foot. So, coming up, working everything out. I have my other block there to support myself. And we're going to ease into this oh so slowly today. So we're going to allow gravity to readjust us as we get down into the pose. Okay? I'm going to spin my toes over. And we're going to walk. And we're going to wiggle. And when we meet resistance, we're going to stop and we're going to pause. And you can feel free at any time as you're coming into this. You know, if you're like, oh, you know what? I want to hang out here. Bring your block into it. and allow gravity to do the hard work for you. Okay? But we are working on a very slow descent today. Now that I've put that block there, I've unaligned my fucking foot. Perfect. So again, and this is making sure that the hips stay level. So the tendency is, reason why people get stuck coming down into the splits, is you start to roll over onto the outside hip. And that's not benefiting you in any way, shape or form. So again, when you reach the point where you want to pause, bring your block into play. Oh, they're too high. Ooh. And just use it to help support you. You want to get a little bit lower, move the block back out the way, keeping the alignment going, and bringing yourself down. Don't need any of the blocks right now. Coming into it, and then releasing, so not taking the tension into the upper body. And put that one just, that's too high. The blocks are too high. And we're hanging out here, and then we want bubble bath face. So face so relaxed, it's like you're in a bubble bath. Working towards it and allowing yourself to stay in the pose longer than you normally would, to allow those muscles to relax. It's the tissue that wants to relax down. There we are. I'm about 1.5 inches off the floor right now. Getting out of it is completely inelegant. So we're gonna slide the heel back towards us, come up on the back knee, heel back. Sticky mats are your enemy at this point. Back knee. Told ya. Back knee. Up, down, and around. What? I'll put the sock back on. Thank you. So as you can see, the training, the splits training that we've been doing has been working. We're almost back down to where we need to be with it before my injury. Yay. But yoga is about balance, so we have the other side to do yet, so don't get too excited. I have to do all of that on this side. But this is what I mean by having all of your fun yoga equipment around. Prop yourself up. Don't allow the fact that you're suspended in space to be a wall that you hit. So what happens is, when you're getting down into there, if you don't feel like you have the connection to the earth, which you don't, if you're not actually in full splits, you don't have the connection to the earth. By bringing the blocks into play, you can allow yourself to relax. You don't want to start trading off tension that in the upper body, because you're like this, gripping the floor, trying to keep yourself down. And you also don't want to be suspended in mid-space, and then as you start to fatigue in the upper body, you get that drop down like this, because it's that drop that your body's unprepared for is where you will receive an injury from. So you want to prop up, pad up, use whatever equipment you need to allow you to lower incrementally in stages. And the thing is with splits training, there is no time frame. So you can do it in 6 weeks, you can do it in 6 years. There is no time frame. It is a huge part of your yoga practice, so I do encourage you to play around with it. You know, have a go, see what happens, see how close you can get to it, because a lot of what we do requires stupid amounts of flexibility, and if you've got the hamstring open enough to do the splits, a whole possibility of yoga is going to open out to you. You're not going to end up that rigid and stuck in the middle. You're going to have that extra room in the legs. So we'll swap over, we'll do the other side, because yoga's all about balance. So starting off with the half split on the left leg, so bringing it down, flexing the toes back towards you, and keeping the sacrum, so that's the lower back, flat. And remember, the activation in yoga is you're pulling your front leg back into the hip socket, and you're stretching the back leg away from you, so you're opening that hip socket. So it's this motion that you're going for. So come into the half split. I thought I'd end the week on a high. Bringing it forward. Slide that heel back slightly. And opening out here in that hip flexor. Now the only thing that will stop you and will really hinder you in splits training is if you have knee issues. Because you are placing a lot of your weight on that back knee. Okay, taking it back over. Yoga is, you'd be surprised how many pro athletes have incorporated yoga into their cool down sessions for that flexibility. You can be the most hench mother smucker in the world, but if you've got poor joint flexibility, you're still going to be prone to a lot of injury. I like strongman, and I go to quite a few of their events, and it's so weird seeing like the guy that's 30 odd stone sitting in pigeon pose. Like, but we need it. We're going to start, you know, doing deadlifts and that. I need those open hips. I need that range of motion so that I don't get stuck. And yoga is for any body type. As long as you have, you know, full range of motion, there isn't anything that should be stopping you. It's a lifetime study. It's not something that you can go, oh, I started yoga and, you know, now I can wrap my leg behind my head. It's a lifetime study. You'll never be done with it. But it is something that is good for you. I'm a huge advocate of it. So again, coming up, I need to bring that forward slightly so I can, okay, coming up. Bring it down to that back leg. So I get the back leg in position first, and then I start working on the front leg. And again, two sides of the body are completely different. Have the block handy, so as you're making your transition down, as you start to get fatigued in the upper body, you can give yourself a break, and you can start to just allow that to sink down, making sure the hips are still staying level. So we're pulling the left hip back towards you, and you're pulling the right hip away from you. Okay, coming out of the fatigue. Sticky mat is the bane of my life. My heel is stuck to the mat. Come on, give me my freaking movement back. My heel is completely wedged onto the mat. I'm sweating that much. It doesn't want to move. Looks like this is going to be the end of my stretch for today. Hang on. There we go. So that is where I've reached the end of there. And much, look how tight this hamstring is. Look at that bounce there. Oh, there we go. So the back leg is the one that's holding me back on this side. I'm going to prop that underneath there and allow myself to relax down. And you have to let it go. Some days it's super flexible, other days it isn't. But hang out where you are, releasing, getting used to the sensations. So that pulling sensation that you have going on right now that's making you go, get out of this pose, that's what you've got to get comfortable with. That's what your body has to get used to. Okay. Gotta come back out of it. I cannot move this heel off of this mat. Step the broken leg in. Slide the top leg back towards you. In. And in. Whoa. And cry a little tear because you're done. So that is intense in both ways. Lateral splits are very, they are the Marmite of yoga, yeah?
You'll love them or you'll hate them. You'll be somebody who can do them super easily. You're like, yay, I could do that all day long. Or you're like, ugh, splits. Now, for me, I am much better at doing inverted splits, opening out to the sides. I'm a lot closer there. But that is, your hips are naturally aligned. So because I'm an ex-dancer and ex-gymnast, my hips, external rotation, I have turnout. Naturally, I've turned out my hips now. So my hips like to be pointed forward, opening out to the side, bringing them in and tilting the pelvis underneath me and having them working forward in a lateral motion. Hate it, fucking hate it. There you go. That is my weakness in yoga, and that's the thing I have to keep training and practicing and being able to exert my will over, so that one day my body will do what I want it to do. And that's the goal of yoga. That is showing yourself, going from a place of inflexibility to wherever it is you want to go in the journey. And as long as you come into it with patience, allow enough time, and you're mindful of what you do, you'll be fine. How did you know I was wrapping everything up? Look at you, it's like bam. So we will get ready to seal the practice in. We will stay away from working the inverted ones out to the side. I'll do that next week. We want to work one variation one time and then work the other variation another time, because it's two different set of hip warm-ups that you need to do. And you don't want to go from having your hips go this way to having them go that way in the same class if you can help it. Not while you're still studying and new to it. So find a comfortable seated position. Let's just shake and shimmy everything out. Make sure we didn't take any extra tension into that while we were gritting our teeth, sinking down through the older splits. Bring the hands to prayer center. And we'll seal the practice in. So this is where you honor the art of yoga. You honor yourselves for joining in with me, even if it was nothing more than conversation. Yeah, you're still a part of today's class, and I thank you from the bottom of my tiny black shriveled heart for hanging out with me. And you honor your yoga instructor, that's me, for guiding you through today's practice. So, namaste. We've sealed that in, we can now talk. How you doing? How you doing? Yes, I'm rewatching Friends. Deal with that. I have to put something on in the morning. If I put on anything that I actually genuinely want to watch while I'm getting ready to get to stream for you guys, I will just sit there and watch it, and then I'll be like, holy frick, it's 9 AM. Where did the day go? So I have to put on stuff that I've kind of already seen in the background just to distract me, because if I don't, I stay on Twitter. I have a Twitter addiction, all right? So that's the thing in the morning. So how you doing? All right, carry on. So yeah, he is in the middle of a boss fight. So he's dropped the links prematurely. No, it's all right. You can scroll back through the chat. So let's talk about the links, because you know that's what they're there for. We don't just spam them just so you can go, oh yeah, it's the end of the thing. It's not the end credits. There's a reason to the spam. So social media links, we are trying, me and Albert, me and my very morbidly obese co-star here. Feels like I'm grooming him. Hey Albert. We are trying to grow our social media presence at the moment, so if you want shit posts, if you want to get a little bit of an inkling inside the brain that is Dharma, and considering that this is the last stream of the week, you might want to do this if you want to still get your Dharma fix. Drop the links, drop me the follow on social media. I'm on Twitter and I'm on Insta, and I'm Dharma Karma Star on everything. You just type that in, you'll know if I'm part of a social media, because you're like, fuck me, there she is. I thought about branding when I started my channel. So Twitter is where you get a little insight into my brain. I'll warn you now, when you look and follow my profile, it does have a not for under 18 certificate on it, and that is because there's an 18 mature certificate on here. It's not for kids. Yeah, let's just say that the things that come through my mind and flow through my fingertips onto Twitter is not for children. So if you are of an easily nervous disposition, you might want to stay away from it. But If you like a bit of, you know, misses with your morning coffee, then I'm your gal. Insta's where we do the photos, because you know what? This is a face that was built to sell photos. True story, ex-model. It's true. So if you want to, you know, if you're like, wonder what yoga poses she's getting up to today, drop the follow on Insta. Destiny, he's always playing Destiny. But his destiny is to play Destiny. The Discord links just come up. Another place where I hang out when I'm not on Twitter. I'm mainly on Twitter, but when I'm not there and I'm not live, I'm on Discord. That's my personal Discord, but there's loads of us in there and we talk all sorts of crap. Again, it's not for under 18s really. I know Discord is 13s and over, but you know, we're filthy. That's the disclaimer. It is the disclaimer. So, you know, be warned. Tread lightly. What else did you do? Oh yeah, brand ambassador for Just Strong. So, if you like your fitness gear and you're like, damn, why can't I look pretty like you? This is Primark. Primark wouldn't give me an affiliate code. Otherwise, I'd send everyone there. Although for how much they charge, they'd lose money. But I am also a brand ambassador with Just Strong, which is fitness wear for the females. Doesn't mean you can't wear it. Yeah, there's no specifications. You just got to order a bigger size. It's really good fitness wear though. I will be buying more of it in the future. At the moment, I'm just trying to get myself out of debt from Christmas. So we'll catch up with all that when we can. And yeah, but I bring it out in everybody else. That's the point. That is my gift. My gift is to bring out all your deep, dark desires where you're like, I shouldn't have said that. I'm like, you should. You really should. I'm the little Sith on your shoulder that's like, say it. Say it. You know you wanna. And stream gifts partner. Okay, so yesterday, thank you to whoever did buy me the 2 stream gifts from yesterday. I didn't even know that was taking place. Love it. But stream gifts is a thing that I'm partnered with at the moment. It's still in beta, which just means that it's not available to everybody else. It's an exclusive club right now, and I'm part of it. So if you're sitting here going, you know what, I don't want to sub, because you know it's recurring and I might not be able to afford it next month and I'll forget, or I don't want to do bits because again I don't want to have to put in my details, my card details and buy, yeah, and I feel you on that. I haven't bought bits in months because they won't accept my new payment details. I'm like, screw you, Twitch. There's another way you can support your favorite streamers, and it's not just for me. You can go onto the Stream Gifts website and have a list of your favorite content creators. But you can, we have wish lists of gift lists, yeah? A wish gift list. That's hard to say. A wish gift list. Yeah, and there's little things on there that we've gone through and go, yeah, that'd be cute. I'd like that. And the beauty of going through Stream Gifts is that you have the option to stay completely anonymous. So your personal details are hidden from me. My personal details are hidden from you. You can include a message. You can even say, look, don't say anything about me at all whatsoever. Just enjoy the gift. And it's a great way of being able to support some of your favorite streamers without having to, you know, sign up to a recurring thing like you have to do with Twitch. So it's worth having a look. Like I said, not just for me, some of your favorite content creators are on there. They'll have a list of who's available. And the beauty is we get them delivered to our doors and then we can unbox them live for you. So if it's somebody who's bought me on a yoga stream, I will open it on a yoga stream. Or if they're available when I do the gaming streams, I'll open it on the gaming stream. And it's just a fun little thing. I only got approved for it at Christmas. I was like, yay! It's the only partnership I got. I'm only kidding. Honestly, having too much fun with content creation at the moment. So give a damn, really. So there you go. No, I know you don't have a filter. That's what I said, why we're filthy. You and me, filth. I own it. Own your filthiness. Mustang. You send me a pretty good hug. Not a pretty good one. I want an amazing hug. Pretty good's not good enough. Give me your best hug right now. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it. Oh, now that is how you do a hug. Okay, that's better than a pretty good hug. That's an amazing hug. That's the only hugs I want from you in the future. Cool. Groovy. Alright, cool. Beans, even. Let's go see if there's anyone we can do some stuff to. I mean, raid. Yay, I got it! I did. I got it! It was great. It's fantastic. Let's go see who we can forcibly send love to. Ooh, you haven't seen you live in ages. Are you still live? That would be cool if you're still live. Please be live. Oh, sit through an ad. Oh, no! I just saw sumo people pulling stuff out the crack of their ass on the ad. Oh, that was disturbing. I did not need to see that. Yeah, that sunglasses thing on that particular remote makes it look like my thing's wearing a bikini. It's weird. It's really weird. Right, okay. Let me just go back to the chat screen just for 2 seconds. Whoa, I need to put the intro on. Right, we're gonna go drop a raid on someone. It's their birthday! So if you could just all pop in and say happy birthday, even if you don't want to stay for much longer than that, I will love you forever. And don't forget, we're back next Monday with more yoga now. We don't stream all week on the yoga anymore because, damn it, Dharma needs her sleep. So for more yoga, back on Monday, gaming on Saturday. So take your pick your poison. If you're coming for the gaming, be warned. Palpatina, level of filth, yeah? If you're coming for the yoga, same as normal. Okay, let's drop this raid. La 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 la. Back to the brook screen for just a second. Honestly. Alright, start raid. Peace and love to you all. Bye OG, bye Jelly, and bye Tompi. I love all of your faces. Let's go and ruin this guy's birthday by saying happy birthday. Okay, let's do this.